Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today. My name's Hayden Hulsey, a broker here at Results Commercial. So the topic today is going to be about financing. The real question is, why does buyer financing matter? So there's kind of two reasons why. One, of course, is time. The second is money. The time is we want to make sure before we're running out for a tour, is this person qualified and can they actually get this deal done? And of course, the money part is, closing the deal and actually getting paid. So one of the first questions that we always ask when we get an inquiry is, how are they paying for this? Is it cash? Is it financed? If it's financed, is it SBA or is it conventional? Now, some people get frustrated, and it's usually a red flag for us right away if people get, ticked off that, why are you asking me these personal questions? And we say, well, in order to, service the product and work on behalf of our client, we want to make sure that this is going to be a fit. So cash, this is one of the, most common ones you hear all the time. Yeah, it's a cash deal. It always gets me, and it's funny because, most of the time it's not a true cash deal. People are pulling money from somewhere else. It is in the form of cash at closing, or it's a future line of credit. Is it truly cash sitting in the bank account ready to go right now, or are there 5 steps that it's going to take to get there with a lot of time? Most of the purchases, if it's not, a cash deal or a 1031 deal, is going to be SBA financed or conventionally financed. Now, SBA is Small Business Administration. The concern there with SBA is it usually takes more time. There's more hoops to jump through because you have government involved compared to a conventional deal, which is usually a little bit more streamlined. You can get from start to finish a little bit faster, say, 30 days versus 60 or 90. That completely depends on the product, the buyer, a lot of different variables. So that's not a, hard due diligence lender timeline. With SBA, a lot of buyers right now are liking that because you can come in with less money down, so you don't need to come with, say 20 or 25% to closing, and there's different fees and incentives that can be written off and, forgiven during that time period. So in addition to asking about cash or conventional or SBA financing, we also want to know, who is that lender? So it really matters because is it a US bank, is it a Wells Fargo, or is it a smaller group like, Bank Cherokee or 21st Century Bank? It depends who it is because we want to make sure that that buyer with this product is going to be a good fit. Because we know that if it's if it's an owner user and they want to go the SBA route, but they're using a residential based lender or mortgage company, we're going to have a lot of hurdles in front of us and we're probably not going to get there. That's more important than price or how fast can they wrap up their inspection or all of that. Is it a lender that can actually perform? One of the questions we get as well is about a pre-qual letter or a pre-approval letter, and we'll get residential agents that ask us this a lot. So we don't typically in commercial deal with a lot of pre-approval letters per se. We do want to know who that lender is, of course, but we don't usually get a formal letter from them that says, Susie has been pre-qualified for up to X amount. Usually that lender will be on a, not usually, but sometimes that lender will be on a thread to where when that purchase agreement or LOI is delivered, here's the lender, Jim over at 21st Century is going to finance this thing. So we at least are in the loop with who is there, but they're not necessarily providing a formal pre-qualification or pre-approval letter. Now, one of the very biggest issues that we have right now is environmental work. We're running into phase 1s that are consistently coming back saying that a phase 2 is going to be required, and a phase 2 is expensive, takes a long time, pushes everything out. So this is where the buyer's lender really matters because we need to make sure that lender has really good experience in the environmental space. Otherwise, it's a deal killer. That's where we run into huge issues. So kind of to summarize, we are that listing broker and we're always asking that buyer or that buyer's broker, what are the terms of the financing? Are they going to be able to get this thing done? Do they have experience and who's behind this buyer? Because it's really, really important. Thanks again for watching, guys. We really appreciate it. Check us out, resultscommercial.com, and don't forget to subscribe. If you have any questions, I'm happy to help too. Hayden at resultscommercial.com. Thank you.